Hello everybody, Tyrone the Guy 3 here, and back with part 3 of this Mario Generations topic. Man, I keep hopping back on this topic because it receives so much attention, and I appreciate you guys' support. And I like a lot of people in the first part. I'm reading in the comments. People are literally thinking of plots for this idea, and I'm also looking at the fan-made game being made by, I think his name was 919. I'll get your name right eventually. I usually don't check the comments by the time I start doing these, so I forget. So I apologize, and I'll put your name in the description later. But yeah, I'm looking at a lot of these people that are making plots for this game, and these plots are very good actually. Like I can visualize most of them happening. So yeah, these just very interesting topics that I'm looking at, and I'm really starting to like the amount of support that this fan-made video game is receiving. So yeah, I just want to thank you all for that. And the topic we're going over today will basically stretch off into 3 subparts, because today we're going to discuss stages I think should be in Mario Generations. Now, this took a lot of time and thinking. That's why I didn't make this part right after part 2. When I thought long and hard about exactly what stages in Mario games are most memorable. And I literally had to go back and look at a lot of the Mario games that I played in order to stop and think which stages seemed the most important in a Mario game, or which stages made the most stand out the most in Mario. So, this is basically how most people have pretty much said that it'll go, or at least that's how I said it'll go in my first Mario Generations video. I said that there would be a classic era, a middle era, which includes the Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and GameCube, and then the modern era, which is Mario's Wii titles. I didn't include Super Mario 3D Land because that game was in release when I made my first video, I believe, and also because it's a portable. I'm going to make a separate video discussing what I think a Mario Generations for the 3DS or something would look like, because portable is a completely different platform that I want to tackle. But I'm talking about all games that were on a console. That's why a lot of people who suggested bosses from Cracktilla, I think is his name, Cracktilla. No, not Cracktilla. The Cracktilla's minion. I can't remember his name right now. But yeah, a lot of people suggested him, and he's from a portable, so he would definitely be a rival on a portable game, or at least a boss on a portable game, but not a console version of Mario Generations, or at least that's how I feel. So yeah, without further ado, let's go over the stages that I believe should be in Mario Generations. And this part we're gonna just discuss the classic era, and then for the next part we'll talk about the middle era, and then the part after that will obviously be the modern era. So what I'm going to do is discuss how the classic and modern stage layouts of these stages would be. Now, thinking about this long and hard, in the classic era, I figured that, and not just the classic era, but both eras in general, instead of just having one level, like in Sonic Generations, I have that one level stretch off into 3 sub-levels. So the first level of the classic era of Mario Generations in general would have to be World 1-1 of Super Mario Bros. 1. It's kind of obvious. Like Super Mario Bros. 1, World 1-1, it's where Mario starts. It's Mario's Green Hill Zone. So it's kind of obvious that that's the level that's going to take place. But instead of just World 1-1, World 1-2 and World 1-3 could also be in there as memorable start-off levels to get the players that are new to Mario used to the underground levels and the platform levels that exist within the Mario games. So yeah, those are just easy to start off games. Obviously there will be remixes. There would be a remix of the World 1-2 stage, the da-na-na-na-na, but I couldn't think of any right now, so I couldn't get the remix at that point. So yeah, but you all get the idea. And yeah, modern Mario, his Obviously, his would be a glorified 3D version of the otherwise 8-bit version of World 1-1. Now, like I said in my last video, even if the classic Mario stages are in 8-bit, those 8-bit graphics can still be rendered in HD. So even though they're 8-bit, they can still be glorified to be HD, like in Paper Mario, because it's been done several times. Like it'll be 8-bit like blockage, blocky like graphics, but the art style will overall be HD'd and painted. So yeah, I definitely can see that being done. It's been done several times already in like Paper Mario and stuff. The next level obviously will be from Super Mario Brothers 2. However, instead of Super Mario Brothers 2 Lost Levels, since it's already Super Mario Brothers 2 Lost Levels is basically Super Mario Brothers 1. So there would be no point in making a level out of that. Instead, it'd be the three levels of Super Mario Brothers 2 USA version. So basically the Doki Doki Panic made into Mario-like style. Modern areas would obviously have like the same effect, only just in a 3D plane. So the gimmick of this level would still be picking up like vegetables and stuff and throwing them at certain enemies. Obviously, if you see an enemy that can only be beaten by a vegetable and not hopped on like in the previous Mario games, then you're gonna have to throw something at it. It's a good way to help the player be more inventive on how they beat these style of enemies, rather than just hopping on their heads like they usually do. So yeah, the power-ups would be definitely more interesting in this level and things like that. So yeah, just 3 decent levels from there wouldn't hurt. And yeah, so with that said, it's just would be interesting to see 8-bit Mario still using the Super Mario Brothers 2 control, while modern Mario can take that area into more of a 3D-like environment. Also, a thing, obviously the theme of taking a key in order to advance to the end of the level or to the next part of the level will result in that mask that always chases Mario and tries to kill him. And I think that would be a nice little effect, and it'd help the player learn how to advance in platforming while still looking out for enemies while Mario's vulnerable. And I think I would really be interested to see how this works in 3D. So yeah, I would love to like take the key and run with it while the mask is chasing you. It's obviously something that can be focused upon. So yeah, next we get off to Super Mario Brothers 3. Now I know what a lot of you all are thinking. The Little Big World or whatever it's called? The world where everything's like gigantic would be the level, but no. I feel that Super Mario Brothers 3 has another memorable level, which is the desert level. Now a lot of you are thinking, what the hell, Tyrone? The big world is like the most memorable level in Super Mario Bros. 3. True, but it's been done too many times. Like literally, it's been done so many times. 3D Land did it. I think Super Mario 64 did it. I'm pretty sure Galaxy 1 did it. And if not, then I'm certain that Galaxy 2 did it. So yeah, it's been a gimmick that's been done way too many times. I figured the desert level is another most memorable level, because a lot of people are able to make it to the desert level in Mario Brothers 3 before they can make it to that big world. Another reason obviously is the Angry Sun. The Angry Sun is pretty much what makes that level, and I would really love to see how the Angry Sun tries to attack Mario and modern Mario in 3D. So yeah, classic Mario obviously goes through the level like he normally does, using certain power-ups like the raccoon suit, obviously just several different power-ups that he had in Super Mario Bros. 3, the Fire Flower, you know, crap like that. And then modern Mario can obviously do the exact same thing, try to dodge the chain chomps as if he would in Super Mario 64, only in a desert-like level, and it would relate more to the Super Mario Bros. 3. So with that said, yeah, I would just love to see the Angry Sun in 3D, because the Angry Sun to me is like one of the most memorable levels in Super Mario Bros. 3, just running away from the Angry Sun and then jumping to jumping over enemies and jumping over quicksand, stuff like that. It's just very interesting to see how that would work in 3D, or to see exactly what would go on in 3D while running away from the angry sun. It's just cool. So yeah, and with that said, I think that pretty much ends this part. However, I guess you could say part 3.2 is coming up, and part 3.3, because those will discuss the other levels that exist in Mario Generations that I feel are most iconic. And like I said, the gimmick here would be using three levels of each world, because Mario's levels pretty much have it's like you don't just complete one level and move on to the next like in Sonic. In this game, it has like well, kind of like Sonic, because it has an Act 1, Act 2, but Mario goes in to have an Act 3. So obviously you would do like 3, and we all know that sometimes some worlds have more than just that, more than just 3. They mostly have like World 1-1, World 1-2, World 1-3, and World 1-4, but usually in a classic Mario game, World 1-4 is like the castle level. So I figured just have 3 levels of one stage, and then have each stage modern and classic. This would also make the game pretty long, I would have to say. So you get you get a better game because it lasts a decent amount of time. You won't be beating it too fast, because Mario stages aren't as long as Sonic stages, or at least that's what I've come to think. I don't think that Mario stages are as long as Sonic stages. Why? Because Mario isn't technically as fast as Sonic in any of his games. So yeah, that's how I envision it. This is part 3.1. Stick around for part 3.2 as I discuss the middle era. So we'll be going over Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, and GameCube levels that I think are the most iconic in Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, and Super Mario Sunshine. So see you all then. Tyrone the God 3 out.